Los Angeles Clippers. The Jazz start tonight in third place in the West. One game ahead of Dallas and just 2 games behind the second place Denver Nuggets. Craig Bolerjack, Ron Boone, Matt Harpering, glad you're alongside tonight. How about the Jazz? Let's get right to it. They are as hot as anyone in the NBA. They've won 9 straight ball games over the past couple of weeks, and what a turnaround it's really been. Back on January 9th, the Jazz were 19-17. Offense was dragging out of the playoff picture. Since then, what a turnaround. 13-1. Offense is back in high gear and have jumped to number 3 in the West. They've gotten strong play from Andre Karolinko and Booner, strong play from Carlos Boozer. How about last night against the Clippers?
Boy, did he play well. They played with it with a chip on his shoulder. Played a little angry for the most part, but did he get the job done? Excellent basketball game at 34 points there for Carlos Boozer. 14 rebounds, that's a double-double. 4 assists, 4 steals. He did play some defense, scored buckets in the closing minutes of the basketball game that led the Jazz to victory. Even though he gave the winning ball to Ronnie Price, it was Carlos Boozer who actually got the job down here for the Jazz last night. Snubbed in the playoffs. He wanted to make sure that they won the ball game.
Yeah, he made a statement, didn't he? 34 points, the double-double. Matt Harpering, let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course, injuries are a big story as they come in tonight before the All-Star break. Now, here's what's going on. Andrew Bynum is out, bruised right hip. We have been told yes, no, maybe, then no, then yes, then maybe. But we put it right now, Kobe questionable. They've got about another minute before they have to make the final decision on whether or not Kobe Bryant with that sprained left ankle will play tonight. One thing we do know, there's no mystery surrounding the play of late of one Pau Gasol. This guy is very good, 21 points, 19 rebounds, 5 block shots Monday night against San Antonio, Matty.
And only one of 6 guys to ever do this in the NBA, but no Kobe, no Bynum. You got this guy down low. He can do it all. He can block shots. That's why this guy's an all-star. He's deserving. But for a 7-footer to be able to pass the ball like he does, very, very nice. And the low post moves, he's more finesse than power. But look at the left hook. He can do it left. He can go right. And then facing up, he's almost unstoppable with his length. And it's just a simple hook shot. He's going to be a load tonight. He's going to be the go-to guy.
Yeah, keep an eye on Pau Gasol. I look over, I see no Kobe Bryant taking warm-up shots. We'll find out soon enough. So stay tuned. We've got the Lakers taking on the Utah Jazz. And when we come back, Basketball 101. Matt, Booner, Pace, Big T. They'll talk about the inbound after this. Utah is one of the better under-the-rim inbounding teams in the NBA. How do they do it? Let's find out.
Thanks, Craig. We got a panel of a basketball team here. We got centers, forwards, and obviously a guard here. But we're here to find out about this baseline out-of-bounds play, the bread and butter for the Jazz, which is probably made about, 80% of the time they get something out of it?
The Jazz are probably the best team in the NBA on out-of-bounds plays, and it's for a reason. They really execute. Let's try to get to our spots. All right, the first thing is the positioning. We got Darren Williams, the point guard, is right underneath the basket. We have the 3-man in Big T right there, the 5-man in Kozel, and Ron Boone's a 2-man. He's kind of out in left field right now, but that's where he is. And the 4-man always takes the ball out of bounds. Now, sometimes you will see a pass from Boozer to Darren without Darren even moving. If Chris Paul is guarding Darren, that means he's shorter than me. I might just make eye contact with Pace just to throw the lob right here, and that's just easy too. That's if I have the height advantage. Now, if I'm Darren, the original play goes like this. As soon as he steps out of bounds for the ball, and I don't have this right here, the lob, I go screen for Big T. As I screen here, Big T goes off my shoulder and tries to get a layup. Now, when this is happening, Darren's job is to come off this screen right here, and Darren Williams is the best in the league at hitting this shot right here. He shoots about 85% from this shot on the out-of-bounds play. So there's so many options off this out-of-bounds play. That's why it's so effective, but the execution is why it works.
And this is a play that they run to score. There are some plays they run from out of bounds. They run just to get in bounds and get into the offense, but this has been a great play here. So back to you, Craig. You have it, buddy.
All right, guys, and that's how you do it. Stay tuned. We got lineups and tip time. The Jazz and the Lakers coming up next on FSN. Utah before the All-Star break against the conference-leading Lakers. Can Sloan and the boys make it 10 in a row? Buckle up. It's time to play Jazz basketball. And Energy Solutions Arena, Salt Lake City. It's a Wednesday night, and the Jazz taking on the defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers. Tonight's game on FSN, where they're available, is being presented at crystal clear, high definition. Starting five tonight for the Lakers, brought to you by Qwest. Get 2 gigs of free online backup service with Qwest high-speed internet. Ron Artest, Lamar Odom, Pau Gasol will be your front line. Shannon Brown makes his second straight start in place of the injured Kobe Bryant. He'll be alongside the former Jazz man Derek Fisher. And the head coach of the Lakers, Phil Jackson, in his 10th season. 65 wins a year ago and another ring to Jackson's collection. The Utah Jazz tonight, red hot. Andre Karolinko, Carlos Boozer, Memo up front. Ronnie Brewer will be alongside Darren Williams, who's off to Dallas for his first All-Star game. Jerry Sloan, the Hall of Fame coach in his 22nd season, picked up win number 1,075 last night as the head coach of the Utah Jazz. Jazz have won 9 straight, 13 of their last 14. They've won 10 in a row on this floor. 22-6 overall on the season. The Lakers roll in, guys, beating San Antonio Monday night in a 101-89 win. On the road, the Lakers are 15-9. They've won 2 straight without Kobe. Matt, they've been able to share the ball. More touches for Artest, more touches for Odom, more touches for Pau Gasol.
It just shows you how good this Laker team really is. When you can have a guy like Kobe Bryant out of the lineup and Bynum out of the lineup and still win, and guys that step up and produce, it just shows you why they're number 1 in the West right now.
Tip-off brought to you by Altius. People you like, health insurance you love. It's Altius. Pau Gasol jumping against Memo. And the tip won by the Lakers and Derek Fisher, the former Jazz man. Here's a round of boos as he controls the dribble out front. Hands it off to Odom, slides by Booz inside, and there's just a strong, unselfish play of the Lakers. Gasol on the board.
And that's the reason that Odom is so important to this basketball team. Whether Kobe Bryant is playing or not, that's how important he is.
Andre Karolinko answers back, hammers down his first 2 of the night. 10 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals last night against the Clippers.
And if I remember correctly, he scored the first bucket for the Jazz in last night's game there as well.
Shannon Brown from downtown.
Yeah, so far both teams are executing extremely well.
Of course, the Jazz playing back-to-back. Got in around 2:30 last night from Los Angeles. The Lakers sitting in Salt Lake awaiting this game before the All-Star break. I get the feeling, Booner, that there's no letdown. There's no overlooking this game as Memo drops down a sweet jumper from the far corner.
Absolutely not. You see Darren Williams right there directing traffic, making sure that Fisher stayed on Memo, and Memo got a nice little 8-10-foot jump shot over the top of it.
Gasol working against Memo. Backs down on the low block. He's got a wicked left hook. And I'm not talking boxing. I'm talking about a left-handed jump hook. That ball's off the rim. Memo behind the 3-point line.
Memo's going right down on the block again. Fisher's right there with him.
He's got the big mismatch.
Got to get it to him.
Yeah, it looks like the Lakers are switching everything, every pick, so we're going to have a lot of mismatches tonight.
Memo, good look. Short arms a jump shot, and there's Gasol with another rebound. Pau is averaging 11 rebounds a game. He hasn't played enough games, guys, to rank among NBA leaders, but if he did, he'd be in the top 5. Brown again.
A lot of people don't know about Brown. This guy can really score. He's a streak shooter. With Kobe Bryant playing the most of the minutes at the 2-guard position, he's going to have the opportunity tonight to really produce.
It's amazing how he found a system and found a team. Beauty.
Blocked by Gasol. There's a follow-up by Boozer. But it all started with the offensive rebound thanks to Darren Williams.
Thanks to Darren, but you see the length of the Lakers, and that's where Carlos Boozer has tended to struggle in the past, but you like his relentless effort on the offense and going up straight again.
Odom.
The Jazzers have to weather the storm here. Lakers are hot. They're making everything they're shooting. Just continue to pound away. Weather this surge here they have going here in the first part of this ballgame.
Lakers have hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Odom's been struggling. He's got a sore left foot, but he dropped 16 and 10 on the Spurs. And that's a long deuce right down the barrel as Darren Williams jumps on the board. Darren struggled over the last 4 games, guys. Only 40% shooting from the floor.
But I think he's going to have whatever he wants tonight. I don't think Derek Fisher is at the point where he can stay in front of Darren Williams.
He usually gets into foul trouble trying to defend.
That ball came right back to Odom, lays it up, left hand, and a whistle in the lane. Well, there was not a block out. Odom took the rebound, and I think almost surprised how wide open he was.
And you hate these types of plays if you're a Jazz fan, because these are the rebounds you have to come up with. And Lamar Odom, and this is just a silly foul, and really not much of a foul, but the refs are going to call it tight tonight.
Why blow your whistle on something like that? You know, I think that's what frustrates a lot of players, because that was just a little touch foul. I mean, it had no effect.
It's because we're playing the Lakers tonight.
Line on Odom on Monday night, and the 68% free throw shooter connects on a three-point play. Tonight's officials: Derek Stafford, Benny Adams, and Tony Brown. They'll be soon on the whistle. Lakers up by 4.
Well, let's see if the refs call it as tight on this end too.
Artest bodies up Memo, out front Williams. Boozer on the high block, guarded by Pau Gasol. There's a near steal by Fish. Memo wide open, dribble drive, hang it up off the window, just beat the shot clock, and another rebound for Gasol. Artest for 3. Hard off the rim, Jazz have numbers. 3 on 2. Ronnie gives it away. Trail man is Karolinko. And now Darren resets with 15 on the shot clock. Low block again, the mismatch. Karolinko hammers down 2 more.
And that's great recognition by the Utah Jazz. Darren saw it, hit it to Ronnie in the corner, and back into Andre. There's no way Derek Fisher can guard Andre in the post.
They're going to continue to sweat it. With the Jazz going to have a lot of opportunities just like that, because they can just take Derek Fisher down on the low block.
How about Karolinko's high percentage shots? 2 straight on dunks. Odom on the dribble drive, taking down the paint, hammer with a left hand.
And this is where I see problems for the Jazz tonight, because you got a small guy in Lamar Odom playing the 4 spot, and Boozer's going to have to guard him on the perimeter, and then Memo is going to have to guard him on the perimeter, and they're just not used to guarding guys like this on the perimeter.
Yeah, and this is the reason I say that Lamar Odom is the player that makes a difference on this team, whether Kobe's playing or not, because he can do so much at 6'10".
Well, 11 years in the NBA, is 6 with the Lakers. He's had stops for the Clippers and the Heat. Odom, what a start. 8 points, a couple of 3-point plays, and it's a 5-point Laker lead. Williams takes it strong with a rack and a foul.
And you like how Darren pushes the ball and goes straight to the basket to try to get them in foul trouble.
Shannon Brown, the foul, his first. Let's check out tonight's keys of the game, brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. No Kobe, so no letdown. You know that a lot of Lakers are going to touch the basketball tonight, and the LA Lakers are a terrific rebounding team. Number 2 overall, Matt, at 45 boards a ball game. You've got to clean your own glass tonight.
You really do, but I tell you what, with Bynum being out, that should be an advantage to the Jazz. You got, obviously the length in Odom, and then Gasol, so it's going to be tough, but, Boozer's a wide body. He can get in there. He can pick up these rebounds.
Williams missed 2 free throws. That's why they're free. You got to make them. Shannon Brown on the wing, lobs it into Artest. There's Fish, the left-hander, short. Booz reaches out for the rebound. Of course, Derek Fisher, 13 years in the NBA. He played 1 season, all 82 games for Jerry Sloan back during the 06-07 season. And Matty, a former teammate of yours.
Yeah, it's just a tough kid, and we hated to see him go to the Lakers, but obviously he had family trouble, and the Jazz, being the organization who they are, let him go and be with his family.
Boozer, sweet jump shot. 2 buckets, 4 points for Carlos. Laker lead trimmed down to 3. Fish into the front court. Artest on the wing. On the low block is Gasol. They'll hand it back to Artest. Little follow away, Jay. And it's loose out to Memo. For the Lakers, after that hot start, cooling off just a bit, 6 of 11 shooting. Darren's got a good look. Bangs it off the left side of the iron. Another rebound for Odom. Lobs it into the front court. Brown steps behind the 3-line. Gasol so tough, right and left hand, the cutter. And Shannon Brown went right by Karolinko.
And you see what the Lakers are doing. They're going to run their offense through Gasol tonight and make him be the playmaker.
And a timeout. Jerry Sloan wants to correct the defense. 6:11 to play. High tempo first quarter. And the Lakers own a 5-point lead. Lamar Odom with 8. And Shannon Brown, starting for the injured Kobe Bryant, has thrown down 7. The 17 Laker points here in the opening quarter. And they lead Utah by 5. Let's go back to January 29th. Lakers taking on Philadelphia in Philly. Third quarter, watch Kobe. Collides with Elton Brand. You can see that ankle turn. He hops, grabs it, then last Wednesday tweaked it again when Odom stepped on his foot just before halftime. Kobe, counting tonight, has now missed 3 straight games. And of course, his status for the All-Star game still unknown. Let's check out the injury update now, brought to you by the orthopedic specialist at the University of Utah Healthcare, leading edge orthopedic care for pro athletes and us weekend warriors. Kobe out, Andrew Bynum out. He's missed 2 straight with a hip bruise. And Odom on the court and playing well despite a sore left foot.
And if you're the Lakers right now, you're missing 43 points of offense between those two. And someone's going to step up tonight. We just don't know who it's going to be yet.
At 28 for Kobe. He's the 4th leading scorer in the NBA. And Bynum's good for 15 points, 8 rebounds. That ball's tipped, lost, picked up by Brewer. He's got 2 on the shot, launches, rolls it off the iron, and Odom will chase it down in the corner. Not the play Jerry Sloan wanted after the timeout as Fisher works one-on-one against Williams. Lakers with the ball up by 5. Brown, little flip to Artest. Just inside the 3-point line, launches, rims out, pops off the rim, and Gasol able to out-jump Williams.
Just the length. The length is unbelievable in Gasol.
Stolen away by Karolinko.
And a mistimed jump there by Memo.
Williams behind the back. Memo didn't pull the trigger for 3. AK will. Deep shot, no. The Jazz are stone cold.
Yeah, the Jazz are starting shooting the jump shots right now. They need to start getting to the basket like Karolinko did in the first couple possessions with a couple dunks.
0 for 2 from downtown. Lakers are 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Under 5 minutes of play. First quarter, Odom. Step back, splits the 3-point line, ricochets off the iron, and Williams trots into the front court.
I can hear Jerry yelling power, which means get the ball into Boozer.
Boozer spinning, hanging, soft touch, got it.
And that's what they need to do. He's coming off a 34-point performance last night. The guy's hot, feed him the ball.
Yeah, but I think pushing the ball up the floor like they did then and getting into something right away, I think that's just so important for this basketball team. Gasol
winds up, left open. Memo late on his defensive coverage, and that's the second hoop for Pau Gasol. You know, Matt, with Booze, obviously, I drive that pony as far and long as you can.
You're exactly right. When someone's hot in this league, you got to go to him until he just fizzles out a little bit.
Memo at an easy layup baseline, overshoots it, and into the front court comes Odom. As we roll up on 4 minutes of play in the quarter, there's a whistle baseline.
He's going to be on Ron Artest.
He's just being too strong. Too many times in the weight room.
6'7", 260.
Andre didn't know what to do, but great acting job drawing the offensive foul.
Paul Millsap is checked in. Out goes Okur. He starts this game 1 of 5. Jerry Sloan makes an early switch. Boozer, good look, jumper, in and out. Williams rebound, lost it. Millsap left hand. Yeah, Millsap, Matt, Ron, there's just guys that have a nose for the ball. They know the spot on the floor, and he's always there.
It's like the ball comes to them, isn't it? I mean, they just have a knack for how the ball's coming off the rim, and like it just comes right to them.
Floater, too hard. Gasol, rebound, Millsap. So he scores a bucket, grabs a rebound in the first minute on the court. Booz wants the ball on the block. Nice pass inside. Brewer, the dish down, the jackknife.
And I really like this lineup Jerry's put in with the Utah Jazz right now. They're a quicker lineup. They can guard Lamar Odom at the 4, and they can also push the ball on the Lakers.
Jazz close the gap to 1. And now timeout, Los Angeles. Phil Jackson with a frown on his face. After the Jazz, guys, after Jerry Sloan called the timeout, he makes a switch. He pulls Memo, he inserts Paul Millsap, and the Jazz, a totally different ball club. They trail by 1, 19-18 on FSN Utah.
A 1-point deficit to the Lakers right now here in the third quarter, 19-18. Welcome back, everybody, to Energy Solutions Arena. You know, a good crowd on hand tonight, lots of noise, but after the All-Star break, there will be a section in this building where you'll really hear the noise. That's because the Jazz Rowdies have been ordained last night at the Gateway. The Rowdies showed up in force, hoping to be selected as one of the elite fans. Why? Because they get free Jazz tickets for the rest of the season. All they have to promise to do is show up and make noise. They did it last night. They auditioned, and the winners are going to be in this building for the rest of the season. You'll see the Jazz Rowdies in a special section, but you'll probably hear them, guys, long before you spot them visually. Back to you.
Oh, boy. Booner, Matty?
That's a very good name.
Rowdies, yeah.
Matt fit right in with it.
After what I saw last night with Matt doing a little jump on the crowd last night. Gasol, great defense in the paint, kicking out Walton's in. And a rebound to Boozer. Luke Walton, he was out 28 games with that pinched nerve in his back, and he's slowly working his way back into the lineup. Ronnie Price on the court now for
Walton's
Utah.
going to be a big part of that team, turn playoff team time.
Price monster game, second half, 11 points. He knocked 3 of 3 from downtown. And we're talking about the Rowdies, man. What was going through your mind last night? They came out for a visit, and you decided to, well, you know, everybody's got to make a leap, right?
You know, they start yelling your name, the
leap of
adrenaline
faith.
starts going, and then they wanted me to jump. So, of course, what do?
You jump.
I jump.
You know what? The knees held up.
The knees held. Yeah, that's
the
what I said. It looks like you can play again. No, I can get a jump every, 100 days or so.
Right down the barrel, Jordan Farmar. Well, he was knocking down shots at midcourt, putting on a little show before the game. So it's a long two. Farmar averaging 7 points a game out of UCLA. 2 minutes to play, first quarter, 21-18 LA.
Does Farmar have on the right jersey? He's changed numbers. What's going on here with Farmar?
You know what's interesting about this game is both teams know each other so well. From the past couple years playing each other in the playoffs, this isn't like a Sacramento, this is the Lakers. They both know each other's offense so well.
Now they've got him listed with a 5, but he's got one on his back. AK drive, hang it up off the rim, and Gasol clears.
Yeah, Jerry wants a foul right there.
No call. Dribble drive. There's a foul on the shoulder into Ronnie Price. Brown from downtown. And into the front row, Utah basketball. Andre goes to the bench and not happy. He gave a stare at Derek Stanford. And now C.J. Miles checks in. Miles and Price were on a big part of last night's fourth quarter rally. In fact, Utah outscored the Clippers 29-15 in the final 12 minutes.
Yeah, and it was Ronnie Price, and Boozer really gave him praise for playing well.
Turnover.
And that's why he's in the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, no question.
An athletic, he's only about 6'1" or 2", but he can rise when he wants to.
Third turnover committed by Utah. Shannon Brown with 9 points, give it away again.
You know, that was such a telegraph pass there. Luke Walton from that strong side, still able to get into the passing lane and come up with the basketball.
What's happening right now is you're seeing a different defensive team. You're seeing a lot of turnovers with Utah Jazz because they're coming off a game last night with the Clippers that didn't play any defense. Now you're playing the #1 team in the West who plays the defense, and then you get an and one right here. Never, a mortal sin in basketball, never give up an and one.
11 turnovers in all last night in Los Angeles against the Clippers. Jazz have already committed 4 here in the opening quarter, and the turnovers beginning to hurt. Lakers have scored 6 off the 4 giveaways. Could be 7 with the free throw by Odom.
And what a first quarter he's having right now. This will be his 11th point. And we talked about someone's got to step up for the Lakers because Kobe's out and Bynum's out. It looks like Odom is taking the challenge.
Stop by McDonald's for a new Mac snack wrap full of Big Mac flavor. Try one today for only $1.49. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Odom, alley-oop it. Wow. Pau Gasol up high.
And we talked about Pau in the pregame show, and this is why he's an all-star. This is why he's a special player. A 7-footer that can block a shot and then run the full length of the court to get an alley-oop, one-hand, agile layup.
9-0 run by the Lakers, and they lead by 10. Price, Farmar with the hand check foul. Boozer stripped away, and look how quickly Odom moves the ball, and then the touch pass from Brown to Powell. 8 seconds to play in the quarter. Boozer gives it off to Brewer. Can't finish. Sasha Vujacic on the court. Gives it off to Farmar at the buzzer.
Wow. I really think the length of the Lakers are bothering the Jazz right now. Sometimes they don't block a shot, but sometimes, just like that layup on Ronnie Brewer, it affects you going up to the rim and changes your shot.
Farmar hammers it down as the first quarter clock runs out. What a run by LA, 31-18 on FM. And welcome back, Energy Solutions Arena, Salt Lake City. And after one quarter, the Lakers finish on a 12-0 run to take a 31-18 lead. Craig Buller, Jack Ron Boone, Matt Harpring, and you're watching FSN Utah, the exclusive home of Jazz basketball. Now they took a look, the crew of Derek Stafford, Vinny Adams, and Tony Brown, and that ball is out of his hands clearly as the clock runs dry and the lights are on. That's a three-point shot. Odom with 11, Brown with 9, Farmar off the bench with 5 to lead the Los Angeles Lakers. Jazz have had trouble with turnovers in the last few minutes of that opening quarter.
And I like what Darren Williams just did, coming out of the corner, going straight into the block. He can take Farmer down on the block anytime he wishes.
Let's check out the game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. They haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. Williams on the cutter, CJ, jumper good. Miles buries the jump shot. 9.7 rebounds and 5 assists last night. 20 minutes for Jerry Sloan. Out front, wide open, Brown. Way short. Taken down by Josh Powell. Back to Pau Gasol. Powell from the corner. Well, the Lakers red hot. Over 52%. And Josh Powell out of North Carolina knocks down his first 2 of the night. Karolinko wide open. Andre smooth.
That's a nice shot for Andre. You know, closer to the basket, he was in rhythm. Nice follow through. It just looked like it was going in as soon as he shot it.
Vujacic finds Farmar. Brown takes another look. Darren Williams up high for the rebound. Starts the break. Into the front court he comes. Darren, contact shot is away, and that is just a cagey old vet, huh? 5th year in the league. You get your opponent up, and Farmar whistle for the foul.
Especially if he's coming towards you. I mean, that's just a smart play. Now he's going to should get 3 free throws out of it.
Now we can check out the Zions Bank game summary. Odom hot, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Boozer with 6 points and 4 boards to lead the Jazz. The 4 turnovers really hurt Utah in the final minutes of that opening quarter. And Williams cannot hit a free throw tonight. Darren 0 for 3.
Now to get it up in the air, it's a little flat.
One more, and got it. For Darren with his 3rd point.
And sometimes you see flat free throws, flat shots on a back-to-back. Sometimes the legs aren't there.
Yeah, got it. He bodied up Powell. Williams into the front court. Traylor Millsap. Blocked by Brown on a foul.
But what a block by Andre Karolinko, using his length against Pau Gasol. You know, using his body. Pau Gasol thinks he has a mismatch, but Andre bodies him up, and then what a block. And then starting a fast break. And this is when Jazz are at their best, is in the fast break.
53 blocks on the year for Andre Karolinko. On the Jazz, the lid is on tight at the free throw line. 1 out of 5, one more from Millsap. And Rocky fans, the 2010 baseball season right around the corner. And FSN Utah will bring you 150 games in high definition, including spring training coverage beginning in March. You'll see it only on FSN, exclusive home of the Colorado Rockies. Finally, a free throw drops. Millsap with 5 points. Vujicic wide open. And Gasol, the length again. Blocked again by Kirilenko. Oh, baby, you gotta love it.
What a block and what a defensive play. Out on Gasol. Tremendous defensive play.
Baseline, jackknife by Matthews.
Okay, now's the time to start making sure you're not jumping around players and into players, up their chest and get to the free throw line. Because of the length and how tall they are, the way they protect the basket, you can't shoot over the top or around, you got to go through.
8 points for Pau Gasol. I get a feeling this one's turning into a little playground. Another turnover. Vujicic timed that pass of the Jazz, picked it off. Farmar drives again, hang it up. Off the side of the rim, and now there's a foul backside. And the whistle will be on Millsap. That's 2 on Paul. Well, the Lakers, Matt, quick. Maybe quicker than you give them credit for. You think, okay, Farmar, Brown, Sasha, Vujicic, but these guys can get up and down the court.
There's a reason why they're the best team in the NBA. I mean, just because Kobe Bryant's out doesn't mean that the Lakers aren't very good anymore. They're just as good playing without Kobe. You can see why. Now everyone gets involved now, and they're all running, they're all blocking shots, but their team defense is just tremendous right now.
Gasol goes down. DJ Binga in his 5th year. He's a 7-footer. Will check in, and Boozer's going to return for Millsap. Paul has to go to the bench with 2 fouls, 5 points. And Powell is at the line. Best records this season. Lakers in that high echelon with the Cavaliers and the Nuggets. The Jazz have been knocking on the door, 32-18. But tonight so far in this first half, it's been all LA. The Lakers up by 13. Inside, Matthews off his hands and is cleared out by CJ. 10 on the shot clock. On the low block is Booz, hands it back to CJ. Nice pass, and Matthews pops her in for 2.
And that's how you finish right there. You finish with power, you finish going up, going through the bodies, just like Ron just said. You go through the bodies and attack the rim.
Vujicic, Farmar. Not shy, is he?
No, he's not.
Not shy.
And not a bad, he's at 35% from the three-point line.
He scored 13 points in 22 minutes against the Spurs on Monday night. Vujicic breaks away from Miles. Matthews chases.
But I tell you why Jerry Sloan is mad right now. You commit a turnover like that. C.J. Miles was the last person to get back on defense. You've got to hustle back. You've got to get back on defense when you make a mistake in this game.
Boy, Binga just better to season average with 1 bucket. He averages 1.9, slammed down his first hoop. Boozer, left hand high off the glass. Vujicic clears. Vujicic has been a pace maker. Brown runs through, out front Farmar. Who needs Kobe Bryant, huh? It's 42-26 Lakers.
I think the Jazz just need to settle down a bit. The Lakers are taking them out of their offense and making them, make silly turnovers and silly plays.
Shot clock violation. And now a timeout, much needed for the Utah Jazz. They got to regroup with 7:53 to play in the first half. Turnovers have really taken a bite out of the Jazz. 6 turnovers, 11 points scored by the Lakers. Sasha on the move, leaves it, and DJ Binga. Back in Salt Lake, Lakers 42, Utah Jazz 26, and just under 8 minutes to play in the first half. We've been talking about fans. Send us your Facebook photo, and we've gotten several. Rhonda, yeah, Laker hater. What a look that is. And also, this one's from Sarah, and I guess, now is that Sarah the dog or is that Sarah the owner? I don't know. But Sarah's watching Jazz basketball. And to submit a photo, you can visit Utah Jazz Facebook, upload your picture to the fans photo album. How about that? I like that.
I might need to get a Facebook page. Maybe update technology in my world.
You ready for that?
I don't know.
I'm not. I'm trying, Booner, we're just trying to figure out
how to blog.
We're just trying to figure out how to blog.
Or tweet.
Tweeters?
Yep.
Tweets?
Just doesn't sound right, does it?
Welcome to the 21st century.
No, Greg Miller, the son of the late Larry Miller, has found the way to tweet, communicates with fans on his thoughts. Matthews around the horn. Here comes C.J. Miles on the dribble drive. Left hand, lay it up and in. Nice move. C.J.
Back to the twittering. I mean, what a way for fans to interact. To ever want to know what an owner is thinking.
Yes.
You have an open line of communication to ask a question.
I wonder if Larry would have been able to tweet. I don't know. Sasha deep. Rebound to Artest.
Another offensive rebound.
Well, those are long rebounds off of long shots, and sometimes that's anyone's goal.
Artest gives it up to Vujacic. She'll step back, jumper on the way, bang.
Oh, good play. Excellent, excellent play. Using his body, using Boozer's strength to go through Mbenga and get an and one.
Well, Boozer with 8 and a free throw coming. And Mbenga picks up the first foul.
You know, you push the ball up the floor ahead of the defense to the point where Boozer didn't have to put the ball on the floor too many times. Just maybe 1 or 2 dribbles and then the finish.
Monster game last night. 34, 14, 4 steals, 31st double-double for Boozer. And the free throw falls off the edge.
Oh, what a rebound.
Memo takes it away, but a late whistle. And they're going to give that foul.
They'll have to give this to Mbenga.
Oh,
Wow.
Jerry Sloan.
Jerry has a right to be mad.
You know what? They just gave that foul to Memo.
Unbelievable. I thought that was a great steal on a rebound. I might be wrong. The replay might show us wrong, but
Memo comes from the opposite side.
There's a push.
Now Mbenga's pushing. Boy, he actually just took that away with the left hand.
I agree with you.
Memo with his second foul. Farmar turns the corner, loses balance. It's out front, picked up by Vujacic. Now Powell will stop. Give it up. Mbenga, jumper, off the mark. Rebound up high goes Williams. Darren with his head up quickly into the front court. Leaves it for CJ. Winds up. Backside rebound. Put it back in. Memo.
Definitely no foul on that offensive rebound. Tell you what.
Jazz cut the lead to 12. Rolling up on 6 minutes of play first half. Mbenga. Backside board. CJ.
And I think if you're a Jazz fan, you want him to shoot Mbenga pretty much every time down the court.
No question. Darren trying to force it inside. Vujacic, though, breaks it off to Farmar. Trailer Mbenga.
They have scored off the Jazz turnovers at least 60 or 70% of the time.
Ron, 7 turnovers, 13 points scored by LA. I mean, that is the sin of sins.
Yeah, it's hard to win a basketball game when you're playing that way.
Inside, right on, and Williams can't finish. Guys, I don't know what you think, but Farmar has been a difference maker in this game with the pace.
Well, that's just too easy.
Of LA.
That's just too easy. Have a point guard dribble all the way around and into the basket just to lay it in. I just think that's too easy.
Farmar with 10 points. He's hit 4 of his first 5 shots. And they're doing this with Pau Gasol on the bench. They're doing this without Kobe, and they're doing this without Andrew Bynum. Now there's a timeout. 5:18 to play first half. Farmar turns that corner. Rolls it up and in. Back on FSN after this. 48-32 Lakers with a 16-point lead on the Utah Jazz. Just over 5 minutes remaining first half. The Jazz, one of the hottest teams in the NBA, winning 13 of the last 14, 9 in a row. I mean, the point production has been out of sight. Field goal percentage at 53%, 28 assists tonight, 52 points in the paint. Everything going right for Utah, but not tonight, at least here in the first half. Too many turnovers, and the Lakers have really dictated the pace of this game. And speaking of pace, let's take you upstairs, bring in Pace Mannion for some thoughts. Pace, 5 minutes of play in this first half. You know what, you think Kobe, we even talked about in the Keys, no letdown knowing Kobe's not in. And what's amazing to watch the Lakers, it's like playground basketball. They don't have to stop and watch Kobe. They're just playing their game.
Well, I think part of it, Bowler, is you're seeing a team that played back-to-back and another one that rested last night. The Jazz just look a little sluggish and maybe a half step behind. And you want to see them get out and run. You want to see them to get to 110 and play the way they've been playing. But it's just not happening tonight.
Yeah, Pace, what do you think the back-to-back, is that really the difference tonight, is what you're seeing?
Well, to me, everybody looks a half step slow. Everybody's getting to the ball a little late. Guys are trying, but you just see Darren's just a half step off. Passes are just a little late. Everything they're doing. They've got out and run a couple of times, even on made baskets, and got some easy ones. I think they have to try and push this thing and make this an up-tempo game just to see if they get some rhythm back.
Darren with a killer crossover, and there's a little rhythm the Jazz need. And Darren's going to have to be the guy, Pace, I think, to reset the pace of this game.
Well, I think you're right, but I think they have to push it. You know, their set offense, they're not getting much out of right now. Guys are blocking shots. They're very long when you get in the paint. The Lakers are good at blocking shots and making you take tough ones. So I think if Darren can push this thing the last, 4 minutes of this quarter before the half, maybe get a little run, get a little confidence, and come out in the second half and try to beat this Laker team.
That's what I've been saying. I mean, the Jazz are a much better basketball team when they push it up the floor, and they're not doing that. And then they're trying to force passes in the half-court set, and they're just not getting it done. The Lakers had 42 shots to the Jazz 31 before that last timeout. They have to push the ball up the floor.
Well, I agree. And, you talked to Matt, and both you and Ron were talking about it. When you get into the paint, you can't afford to try and avoid contact. You've got to go right through these guys and get to the free throw line. And that's another thing that's been bothering the Jazz tonight is they've missed some free throws that are going to cost them.
Pace, we'll talk to you at halftime. Pace Manning with some insight as we're under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. It's a first half owned by LA. They own a 50-34 lead on Utah on the Jazz home court. Boozer in the paint, falling away, and a whistle.
And to Pace's point, I don't think fans realize what a back-to-back takes out of you as a player. When you get into your room at home, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, then you got to wake up early. It's tough to get up for a game like tonight and play at your top level. Sometimes it takes you a quarter or 2 quarters to get going, and that's one of the toughest things in the NBA is the travel part of it.
Well, you see a lot of teams that have to do this. There are players on this team that didn't play as many minutes last night. And Jerry Sloan has looked, for that guy that had that energy early so they don't get buried, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Well, you can watch Pac-10 Oregon, Arizona square off at the McHale Center coming up Thursday night. The Wildcats won the first meeting, led by Derek Williams double, but Oregon, they're looking for the upset. College Hoops, FSN. Memo rebounds the miss by Boozer from the line. That's 6 points, 3 buckets for Memo.
And I like how the Jazz are hanging in right here. They can cut it to 10 within halftime. I think they're getting their strength back in their legs. They're getting out of the funk they were in that first quarter and a half.
Artest takes a look. Boozer up high. He's got jump. Nearly threw it away. Williams picks it up and takes it across the timeline. Rolling up on 3 minutes of play. Leaves up for Booz. On the dribble, the drive. Right-hand floater short. And a foul in the lane.
But I love it. Carlos Boozer's attacking the basket now, not settling for the outside jump shot, but he's going right at Gasol, trying to get him in foul trouble.
Yeah, Powell picks up his first and a timeout. Utah down 13 on FSN.
All right, Thurl, what's going wrong? What are you seeing?
Well, we talked about it. What did Phil Jackson say prior to the game?
Before the game, he said, interior passing, you can get a lot of turnovers, but if you don't, they get a lot of layups.
That's right, and that's what's happened to the Jazz. They've turned the ball over, trying to get the ball into the interior, and haven't been able to get back quick enough to stop their easy baskets.
They just seem sluggish. And I think the back-to-the-back is bothering them tonight. I hope they can get their legs back under them and start to run, because they're getting some easy baskets when they get in the transition game, but they haven't done that very well because of turnovers and made baskets by the Lakers.
Last time the Jazz lost, it was on the second night of a back-to-back at Denver against the Nuggets. We'll be back at the half with stats and highlights. Back inside for the rest of the second quarter with Craig, Ron, and Matt.
All right, thank you, David. Lakers Jazz have played even here in the second quarter, 19 all, but yet the Jazz trail by 13. Well, the Jazz are 22-6 on their home floor. Right now, they own, along with Cleveland, the longest active winning streak in the NBA, 10 straight. Toronto 7, Atlanta with 5. And that's in jeopardy here, at least in the first half. Jazz have shown the ability, Booner, Matt, to rally in the fourth. They rallied last night on the road.
You know, sometimes I don't buy into back-to-back being tired. I think you can get a certain amount of rest and come out and play. I mean, it'd be a different story if you had played 3 games in 4 nights and had a back-to-back in there somewhere. But, you know, sometimes I don't buy into back-to-back. Just, you know, that they're that sluggish. Because you can play smart out there on the floor.
I don't think Jerry Sloan buys into it.
No, you can play 5 nights in a row with Jerry Sloan.
No question. Play
And
7.
he still expects you to be out there for that 6th night.
In fact, you know what? He'd probably play double headers if he could, right?
Not only that, practice this every day too.
One more for Carlos, in and out.
You know, in Jerry's time, you know, I went through the snow and walked to practice, and then we had 3 games in a row.
The FSN Utah is giving away a 42-inch high-def TV every month. The FSN Utah high-def giveaway, your chance to score really big. Enter right now by texting FSN to 69882.
You know, he'll tell you that, but he doesn't tell you how bad they played, right?
How about Odom? 13 points. Pau Gasol 10, Farmar 10. Darren Williams pumps it up. It's short. Gasol's there for the rebound.
What's disappointing if you're a Jazz fan is how easy the Laker points are coming.
Agreed. Darren Williams 2 of 6. Brewer has yet to find the bottom of the net. He's 0 for 2. Jazz shooting 46%. And again, easy deuce. Artest took on Millsap and muscles it up and in. First bucket for Artest.
Let me ask Matt this, because this is what I see, and this is what when I was playing, this is what we were taught. That forearm that's in the back, if you got that right forearm in the back of your opponent, that's the way you can roll to the basket. And we just don't mix it up. Artest rolled baseline because Paul Millsap had the right forearm in the back.
Stolen away by Brewer, coming back the other way. One turnover leads to another. Fire, strike inside. Booz. Oh, it rims out. Back out front, Darren. Weaves his way past Gasol. And now Booz out. Free throw line extended. Puts up a shot, blocked by Odom.
Just the length is just amazing right now for the Lakers.
Little stutter step, no call. Millsap climbs the ladder for the rebound.
I think Boozer was looking for a foul there because he didn't even get off the floor.
Well, I think right now the Jazz are looking at fouls, looking at the refs too often right now. You're playing against the best team in the West. You're not going to get the calls.
Pick and roll it. Booz. Little flick of the wrist. And there is a foul finally in the paint.
And Boozer says finally.
And sometimes you just got to keep playing and play through those fouls because you're just not going to get the calls all the time.
Yeah, but how difficult is that?
Odom picks up his second. And Boozer's back at the line. Karolinko will check in.
But back to your point about defense, you know, against Ron Artest, you know, I think what you're talking about is that right forearm in the back, but you're playing against a 260-pound guy that's extremely strong. And Paul Millsap is probably using every ounce of his strength to keep him away. And just the slightest, you know, it's a great move by Artest, but the slightest spin gets you off balance. So it's a lot harder to do than to say it.
Well, there's no leverage.
Right.
If you have plenty of leverage if he decides to go the opposite way, I mean to the free hand side. But if he rolls baseline, there isn't any leverage there for you,
right.
And that's the reason you're able to get to.
Well, I guess the strength of Artest is the reason why. I think he's so strong, body strength, that it's so tough to keep him out.
Boozer misses his shot.
And you're not allowed the 2 hands anymore in the NBA. They took that away, and that was
that was the fun time.
Yes.
Stay tuned. McDonald's halftime report coming straight up. 45 seconds away. Fisher drives. The follow. Pau Gasol. There is just no answer right now in the first half. And Matt, you've said it many times. The length of the Lakers. Shot is up. Darren Williams takes the fall into the front row. He may have rolled over on a camera.
But that's exactly what Darren Williams needs to do. Sometimes when the refs aren't calling the fouls, you have to make the ref call it and go right to a body. See Darren Williams right now, he draws the contact. He actually goes into Artest and makes the ref call it foul. There's no question about that.
That's 2 on Artest. Williams back at the line, 1 of 4 tonight. Got the roll, 1 more, 6-point half. 7 rebounds, 7 assists for Williams.
Yeah, but I'm just watching Derek Fisher here talking to the ref saying that he got fouled. And how funny it is that the other team thinks that the refs aren't calling fouls for them either, and then the Jazz don't either. And I think the poor refs, they don't know what to do.
I saw Fish coming in. He had that Fish grin on his face. You talked to him.
I did. I miss Fish. I mean, he's one of those guys you love to have on your team because of his toughness and his leadership.
Lost it out of bounds. And so Utah will get it back with 27 seconds to play. 24 on the shot. Phil Jackson. He's got a cache of NBA championships.
Well, Derek Fisher has 4 of his own.
Yes, he does. Lakers won it a year ago. 65 victories on the season. Looking to retain the title. Williams on the drive. That ball's off the window. AK has it. Get rid of it. Brewer just beat the shot clock, and no shot for Memo. Well, a struggle, to say the least, for Utah in the first half of play. They put 41 on the board. The Lakers score 56. They're down 15 at the half.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, Jerry Sloan is not happy about the Lakers scoring 56 points. He can live with missing shots, but giving up 56 points on your home court is not acceptable.
Yeah, big hill to climb in the second half of the Utah Jazz. 8 turnovers led to 13 Laker points. 11 for Boozer to lead the Jazz. 13 by Odom led the Lakers. We go upstairs for halftime. David James.
Thank you very much, Bowler. The Jazz are down by 15. We will get you the first half highlights and stats in just a second, but you were quickly quizzing turnovers, missed free throws. 2 huge problem areas for the Jazz right now.
Well, you go 7 for 15 from the free throw line and you turn over 8 times to the Lakers, who are very good, get out in the open floor. You're going to be down 15, 16 points at half. They've got to find a way to battle that.
Well, I think the other problem, too, is the length of the Lakers. Gasol especially, you know, when the Lakers miss shots, those second shots that come right to
with 7 steals in the game that have led to some fast break points. The turnover there for the Jazz, but Lamar Odom at 6'10". He didn't even jump, end up bothering that shot. Paul Gasol, he's a 7-footer, and he just gets it done there with ease.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Gasol, look at his numbers tonight. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 assists. You're talking about a 7-footer with finesse right there. But this is just halftime. This is halftime. 12 points, 12, 3 and 3. No matter, we'll see what happens at the end of the game, but I mean, that's a tremendous stat line right now.
Tonight's leading scorers brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Odom, Pau Gasol, and Jordan Farmar. Double figures to lead the Lakers. Boozer, the only Jazz man, in double figures with 11. Deron Williams with 7. AK with 6, along with Memo and Millsap off the bench with 5. Moments ago, anxious to see how this interview went. Steve Brown with Jazz assistant Ty Corbin. Guys.
Thanks, Craig. Tyrone, obviously a really tough half for the Jazz. Changes need to be made.
Well, we got to pick it up a little bit. You know, we played last night. We kind of felt sorry for ourselves a little bit. These guys are going to come in and try and blow you out. You know, they're the best team in the world. When they see you down a little bit, they jump on you, and we just got to match the intensity a little bit.
It was a slow start. How much of that do you think is attributable to last night? You guys got in about 2:30, 3 o'clock. They're sitting here waiting with fresh legs. We've seen it from the other side before when the Jazz have been waiting.
Sure. It happens. It hurts you a little bit, but you know you got to come out and play the game. And we didn't do the things. We took some early jump shots. We let them get out in transition. They got their hands on the balls. They offensive rebound against us. So those kind of things didn't happen if you come down and execute your half-court sets and make them play pass 1, 2, 3, 4 pass, and then help you get some rest too, and also helps you in getting back in transition.
You guys have always said it has to come from the defensive end, and yet baskets came too easily for them. So is that where it starts here in the third quarter?
Well, we got to pressure the ball, first of all. These guys will do a great job in half-court sets. If you just let them sit back and make good passes, they pick you apart. They do a good job in half-court sets. So we got to get up and play the ball, and then count on each other when the penetration, help them recover, and then we got to get the offensive rebounds.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Tonight's coach's interview brought to you all as by Bailey's Moving and Storage. We do everything. Double-double for Pau Gasol in the first half. Amazing first 2 quarters of play. 12 and 12. Just under 20 minutes on the court.
3 blocks and 3 assists to go with that, too.
Well, they averaged 7 steals a game. They had that in the first half there as well. So take care of the basketball and pick the tempo up, I think, is very important here for the Jazz in this second half.
Well, first 5 minutes looming large for the Jazz as AK knocks down the first shot to start the third quarter. You know, the Jazz, you look at those numbers, and if you're Jazz fans, you're wishful. 3 times the Jazz have come back from 15 down. Phoenix, Orlando, San Antonio, and what's at stake tonight is what could be a 10-game winning streak with a win tonight. Right now, 9 in a row, 13 of the last 14.
Well, the good thing is you're playing at home. You got the crowd. You get a couple baskets, and you get the momentum back on your side. Anything can happen in the NBA.
I mean, Laker basketball. Fisher fighting with Mehmet Okur. Gasol inbounds. Boy, the bigs played big. 25 points between Gasol and Lamar Odom in the first half. And they get 10 off the bench by Jordan Farmar, and it's the reason why it's a 15-point lead at the half. 3-second call. And the whistle whistled on Brewer. So a technical free throw, and Fisher will take it.
And Jerry Sloan, I think that's a call that you're not terribly upset with, because that means your team is trying to help out each other. You're trying to do the right thing. You just got in the lane just a hair too long.
Well, you either have to go all the way over. You can't go in the lane and stop, can you?
Right.
You must
clear the
retreat.
lane. You have to clear the lane.
Yeah.
But Paul Gasol did a great job by just backing down real slow, methodically, and luring that defender into the lane, not knowing when he was going to make a move or make a pass.
Gasol pushed out by Okur, tries to back in on the money man. He'll turn, pop the shot for 10. Good. Well, he is dead-eye.
It's just a tough shot. Good defense, but just better offense right there.
14 points for foul. Lead is 16. Lakers' largest lead, 17 of the first half of play. AK gets it back from Williams. Jump shot right down the barrel.
And AK on fire right now.
Andre, double digits, 10 points. 2 quick buckets here in the third.
It's not the power of Andre, it's the finesse now.
It's the finesse in this ball game.
I think Jerry Sloan will take either. 2-point shot off the rim. Booz reaches out. Fisher's 0 for 3 from the floor. His only point came off that technical free throw. Williams, nice look inside. And Boozer can't finish. There's a whistle.
And that's more Jazz basketball. You saw Darren Williams pushing the ball, Carlos Boozer cutting, and then getting the Lakers on their heels a little bit right here. Look at Andre, 2 shots.
In rhythm.
Downtown.
In rhythm, not thinking about whether he should shoot it or not, and just letting it fly.
Whistle was on Gasol, his second. Booz at the line. Jazz just 7 of 15 from the line tonight, 47%. And another miss as we update our keys to the game, brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. Guys, jump in on this. No Kobe, no letdown. Well, no Kobe, and the Lakers are running. Clean your own glass. The Jazz with 6 offensive rebounds. Boozer 1 more, missed him. And the rebound of Gasol.
Have they put pressure on themselves? I mean, it's like they put pressure on themselves because they're playing the Lakers.
You know, to become an elite team, Matt, and I know you've been in the locker room of late, but is there a fear factor among teams in the league about playing the Cavs and the Lakers and the Celtics?
See, I always felt that those are the games you get up for. Those are the fun games.
Yeah,
those
I
are
agree.
the ones that I'm going to make a stance and make a point to the league.
It's a statement game.
Exactly right.
Williams off the rim. Fisher climbs for the rebound.
And it's a confidence game. It shows you that you can beat the best in the world.
Fisher fires a strike. Gasol leaves it for Odom. Oh, he travels, no call. Now we get it.
There we go. I mean, you look at the free throws. The Jazz have missed 10 free throws tonight. You look at the score, 59-45. It could be a 59-55 game right now.
Very easy.
And also 0 for 7 from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, I mean, the Jazz could very well be right in this game.
Williams goes baseline, clears it out, works the other side over the top to Brewer. We'll leave it for Memo. Jumper no. Memo's just off the mark tonight. 3 of 9.
Just looks like he's fading just a hair on his shot. It's always coming up just a little bit short.
He went 2 for 8 last night, and a whistle on the drive by Odom. Boozer, that's 2 on Carlos.
And And sometimes as a player, when you play these back-to-back games, you're not able to watch the film and see yourself shoot. And these are things that I'm sure Membo will look back and correct himself and say, oh yeah, look at my shot. I'm taking a shot just a hair back. I'm fading a little bit. Correctable mistakes.
Jazz head to the bench. Timeout Lakers. 8:53 to play third quarter. Jazz down 14. It's broadcast brought to you by Wells Fargo Bank. Serving Utah since 1852. The Jazz will be off for the All-Star break. And then back in action Tuesday as they head to Houston for a battle with the Rockets. It's the first of 4 on the road for the Jazz. Jazz Live, the pregame report begins at 6 o'clock, and you'll see it here on FSN Utah. Exclusive home for Jazz basketball. Now, the way things are working out, Booner, Matt, it's going to be one of those seasons again. Every win so important. The Jazz start the night in 3rd place, a game in front of Dallas, 2 back at Denver, 32-18. But look at the teams with 30 wins and more. You throw the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Mavs, the Suns, the Thunder in there. The Spurs are on the cusp, and Portland is there. But they've lost 24 games, so they're behind San Antonio.
Jazz coming out in the zone, 2-3 zone, matching up.
Stolen away by Karolinko. Nice read by AK. Williams trots into the front court. Mimos rumbles and stumbles in. And there's a foul. That's 3 on Gasol.
And even with that foul, it looked like Membo was trying to go around Gasol then when he had an excellent chance to go right at him. And watch him try to just jump to the right of him. You know, instead of going right at him. Now you can control the contact and have a chance to make the contact and finish. And the free throws.
Oh boy. 39%, 7 of 18.
And I think if you're a Jazz fan, you really can't complain about the refs tonight. You can't blame it on the refs. It's 18th attempt at the line. The Lakers, 6 attempts at the line.
Another miss. That's unbelievable. 7 of 19. Lakers have hit all 6 of their free throws. Artest misfires on the long jump shot. Rebound Karolinko. Williams across the timeline. Well, the time is now. Right to left hand. Booz out front. Dribble drive. Leaves it for Darren out behind the three-point line. He's working against Gasol. And there's a 3-second call on Boozer. Turnover.
But you got to be impressed by the Laker defense right now. Derek Fisher in help defense, and then Paul Gasol going out to try to guard Darren Williams. You know, that's just great interior team defense.
Boozer passes up a shot.
Fish around Odom. Goes around Gasol. Leaves it for Powell. Free throw line extended. Bang.
I think he deserves a hand in his face. He's having too good of a game to let a guy have an 8-foot wide open jump shot with no hand in the face.
Well, he's a 3-time All-Star. Headed to Dallas with Kobe. Karolinko, no. Gasol another rebound. That's 15. And we're not even 5 minutes into the third.
You're going to make the argument that Kobe Bryant, the Lakers, are as good with Kobe Bryant as without?
Brown knocks it off the iron. Memo rebound. Williams into the front court. Jazz will give it another try. In the corners, Brewer. Slings it up top. Booz. Looks inside. Fall away Jay.
There's too much going away from the basket right now for Utah Jazz. You've got to get into that interior.
There's no attack mode.
Yep. Totally agree with you.
No attack mode whatsoever. Under 7 to play third. Fisher puts down the shoulder. Wild shot with the left hand and a foul.
And on their side, they are attacking the Jazz.
Yes.
You look at Derek Fisher, he's coming down the lane attacking, and then you look at they're getting 8 to 10 foot jump shots. We're settling for the 20-foot jump shots.
Darren Williams picks up his first personal foul, and Fish will be at the line. Always an outstanding free throw shooter. He was with the Jazz run, continues to be, in fact, 87%. And what do you know?
He misses one. You've been so good at that.
You build the guy up. Nu Skin, proud sponsor of the Nu Skin Jazz Dancers. You can discover the difference Nu Skin can make at NuSkinUSA.com. Makes the second. So Fisher scores his second point of the night. (62-45). Low block is Boozer. That ball's tapped away, saved by Brown. Oh, he went. Oh, hello.
And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a hungrier Laker team right now. I feel like they're getting all the hustle plays. They're trying to create havoc on the defensive. But look at this hustle play right here.
Well, he's flying high. He took out the first 2 rows.
He might have some popcorn in his mouth.
But you know what? That's the hustle of the NBA.
If you get your drink knocked over as a fan, do you get a free drink?
You should, yeah.
I would imagine.
I hope they will. Or your popcorn goes on the floor. You just bought a new Coke or a popcorn, and next thing you know, a player comes in and spills it. Are you out $20 or they come down and give you?
Yeah, you hope they.
What about the new outfit we just bought or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's on a date. Thank you. Yeah, they're still mopping up. It's
honey, I can't believe you took me to a game.
And the front row at that.
Yeah, beer, popcorn, pop, whatever.
Poor guy in the front row. Yeah.
He saved it. He saved it, yeah. The guy at the green saved it. AK looks inside, pulls it back down. Williams on the inbound. Off to Carlos. Boy, everywhere you turn, there's purple. Jumper, right down the barrel. Ronnie Brewer breaks out of a 0 for 3 slump.
And hopefully this will get him going, his confidence going. When he comes off those screens, he's really got to come off looking to score, not just the pass.
Behind the back, Artest puts up a shot. And
who was holding who there?
Andre, both were hooked. They had locked horns. Andre picks up the foul.
The strength of Ron Artest right here. He is a strong, strong man.
Yeah, Andre had his arm hooked.
And Andre said, I haven't been in the weight room that much. This isn't fair.
First whistle on Karolinko. Yeah, Artest goes 260 and AK 225. So Artest knocks down the free throw. Rocky fans, 2010 baseball season coming up. FSN Utah will bring you 150 games in high definition. Also spring training coverage beginning in March. It's on FSN, exclusive home of the Rockies.
And I think the trick with Artest is you have to do your homework early. You have to push him out of the court because when he gets it so deep, he's just way too strong.
Andre. Foul on Karolinko.
Wow.
And Jerry Sloan's at midcourt.
He might have a right to be. If we can see the replay, he might be in the box. But this is a great drive. I don't think Derek Fisher was set. What do you think?
Well, you know what I disagree with here is watch Fisher's hands. See, his hands make contact before the body does.
And his body's turned.
Hands extended and the body turned out.
Jerry's got a point.
Yeah, he's still barking at Tony Brown. Odom lowers his shoulder, kick out Fish. 7 on the shot clock. Dribble drive past Williams. Tied up. Picks his pocket. 3 on 3. Here comes Utah. Darren looks for a trailer. Skips it out to Karolinko.
Got to take that little 10-footer. I mean, that's just passed up a high percentage shot.
Now Andre from downtown. No.
Yeah, you give up in a rhythm Darren Williams 10-foot jump shot to a Karolinko 3-pointer. I gotta like the Darren Williams odds right there.
Well, the Jazz have yet to hit from downtown. 0 for 8. Here in this ball game. Paul Millsap off the bench. We'll check in on the next whistle. Shannon Brown slices and dunks. (65-47). It's been all LA. Darren pushes away from Fish, feeds inside. Memo can't finish, and Odom rebounds.
Yeah, Memo's having a tough night. That back-to-back, I think his legs are a little bit gone tonight.
There's not a bit of spring.
No.
And Memo. Artest wide open. Backside board, rebounded by Darren Williams.
That's exactly what Darren needs to do, right there. Go ahead, attack. You know, your teammates aren't playing so well right now. Take the lead and go right to the rim and try to draw a foul. Get back to the foul line.
C.J. Miles, Paul Millsap check in. Out comes Okur and Karolinko. Fisher whistle for the foul, and Darren's at the line.
And sometimes when your team struggles, the leaders have to step up. And the leaders on this team, a Boozer, a Williams, got to know that and say, you know what, I'm going to try to get us back in this game. I'm going to make plays. I'll get other people involved and make shots myself.
Darren hits a free throw. And the crowd gives their roar of approval. Sasha Vujacic is on the court, and he'll replace Artest. And now Kyle Korver gets a round of applause. He'll check in. Minutes have not come easy of late for Kyle Korver, but boy, when he's on the court, he has shot lights out.
He got the fan approval, that's for sure.
Tell you what, when he gets set behind the three-point arc, 61%. You can't argue with that.
You know, and he's at 9 of his last 12.
Yeah, he's on fire. It's just, you know, Coach Sloan, you know, he's challenged on the defensive end right now because of the knee.
Well, in a game like this, why not? Gasol looks inside, spins, turns, fires, and in and out. Carlos Boozer picks up his third.
I think the fan behind us might have had the right call. It might have been a 3 seconds in the lane right there. It's a tough call.
You know, the Pau Gasol story still absolutely amazes me that Memphis gave away the franchise to the Los Angeles Lakers. They got the rights to Pau's brother, Marc Gasol. Now, this kid's turned out to be quite a find for Memphis, granted. But what a pickup. And how did that deal ever come down for the Lakers?
I think you're talking about the ultimate steal, maybe in the history of the NBA. It could possibly. I mean, the next couple of years we'll play that out. But as of last year, I mean, that is a steal, and the Lakers knew it.
But now you have a young team growing together there in Memphis. And a very athletic team there as well.
Foul on Shannon Brown, his third. Now, that's a story to follow in Laker lore. There's been terrific players, but how that deal was swung is amazing. Because Pau Gasol, guys, remember, he owned every record in Memphis Grizzly history.
You know, he's all European everything.
Yes, 2 years in a row. Offensive.
I mean, when you look at the trade, you have to look at the Grizzlies and say, you know, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
And really, yeah, they're getting better. They're a young team, and you want to grow. But I mean, sooner or later, you have to start keeping, you know, great players in this league if you ever want to be good one day.
C.J. Miles, offensive foul on the turnover, his first. Out front, Vujacic to Fish. Lakers very sharp tonight. Brown and fall away from the free throw line, off the mark, rebound Booz. Quick clear to Williams. Into the front court he comes against Fish. Stop and pop. Yes! Williams in double figures at 11.
And we talked about it earlier. There's no way Derek Fisher can stay in front of Darren Williams when Darren Williams asserts himself.
But to me, that's one of the best shots in basketball there. You got a guy on his heels, and you break him down, and you shoot a little 10-foot jump shot. That is such a high percentage shot.
Odom answers inside, and a whistle.
There's not many times where you see muscle and power over Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap usually is a stronger one right here, but look at Lamar Odom right here. I mean, this is strength over. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, he's 6'10", and again, I think he's the most important player on this basketball team because he does so much. He rebounds, he scores.
Signed an extension, by the way, with the Lakers. Some thought maybe his days in LA were numbered in the offseason, but no, he's back, playing extremely well. Left-hander hits the free throw.
I think the Lakers have pretty smart management throughout the years. They know who to keep, who to get rid of, and that's why they're an elite team almost every single year out.
You know what, Matt, though? Players want to play in Los Angeles, and it's much easier to work that free agent deal.
I totally agree with you.
It's easy in Miami, right? It's easy
in a lot of places,
yeah.
Orlando, but there's some good weather teams, and there's some great cities that still haven't had great teams. So you still have to have that great management too.
Kyle Korver at the line. Vujacic picks up number 2.
Look at Cleveland.
Yes, good point.
I played in Cleveland. That's a city that I don't know if I ever want to go back to.
Does the sun shine there?
Only in the summer. But once LeBron James came, I'll tell you what, everyone in the world would love to go
Everything
there.
brightened up.
But as a player, who wouldn't want to play with LeBron James? He's only going to make you better as a player.
This portion of the broadcast presented by Audi. The truth is out, it's powerful, and it's available at your Audi dealer now. Audi, truth in engineering. Odom runs it up, and a whistle. Millsap really struggling, trying to keeping Odom corralled. Timeout called, 2:58 to play in the third. Lakers 70, Jazz 53 on FSN. 9-9. Ronnie Price, Carlos Boozer, C.J. Miles, Kyle Korver, and Andre Karolinko will return for Utah.
You know what always annoyed me about a Phil Jackson team is he knows in timeouts to really stretch it. The whistle blows, and he now goes and calls the play and makes the ref come over to his huddle and say, okay, time to break this huddle. But it just gives his team in a higher altitude a little bit more rest.
An extra 15?
Exactly.
An extra
and it
15.
works every time, and the refs don't do anything about it but come over and give them a warning every time.
Yeah, the Zen master.
A little bit of smart coaching, but kind of annoying if you're a Jazz fan.
I'm with you. Odom at the line. Well, the Jazz this season, field goal percentage, they lead the league. Over 49%. And tonight it's been a struggle at just barely over 41. Turnovers also an issue. 11, 15 points scored by the Lakers.
This is their worst night in quite some time.
Odom dead on. Gasol and Odom have each scored 18. And that look from Darren Williams speaks volumes. Kyle Korver trying to fight off Vujacic. Double teams off to Karolinko. Dump it down, and Boozer lost it out of bounds. Last touch, yeah, they're going to give it back. Farmar last to touch it. 7 on the shot for Utah. This is what you guys talked about earlier, the inbound pass underneath the basket.
Here comes the play right here. Ronnie Price sets the screen.
Andre throws it out to CJ. Open jumper, bang! The Jazz are assassins on that
Not
inbound.
quite how he drew it out.
No, but it looked good.
But it worked.
Yeah. Miles drops down his third bucket. And the Jazz are usually, Booner, at 55 at halftime. They just hit the 55 mark with 2:22 to play in the third.
Yeah, they've had some ball games where early in the third they were at 55, and
Are you saying they're not going to hit my 110 number tonight?
110 looks a little shaky tonight, Matt.
Turnover.
Well, if the Jazz could just get a run here, I mean, just get on a run and get some momentum going into this fourth quarter.
Ron, that's a great point. How many times have we said every team in the NBA has runs? And so far, the Jazz have yet to produce one tonight.
Well, the Lakers have been doing a pretty good job of. See, that's what I was talking about a couple of games ago. If Boozer would just keep running alongside of it and sliding his feet, then he might be able to strip the basketball, but he stops and tries to strip. In the meantime, Odom's momentum is still going toward the basket, and he picks up the foul.
And C.J. Miles whistled for the foul. Odom back at the line. Let's check out news and notes brought to you by Eureka Resort and Hotel, your place of the sun. Log on to eurekamesquite.com. Well, 9 from the 2008 roster will rejoin the U.S. national team. Booz and Williams invited, and Coach K will be the head coach. The Wizards stranded again after another D.C. snowstorm. And they want to know, and I think the answer is yes, but will the All-Star game shatter the attendance records? Hey, they're looking for 80,000 and change in Dallas on Sunday.
I think it could happen too. I definitely think. What a venue that's going to be.
Boy, it's a good thing D.C. with the All-Star game wasn't in D.C., huh?
Oh, yeah, you couldn't get in or out.
How about spring training?
Over the top, Gasol. Nice touch by the Jazz, 17 on the shot for L.A.
You know, if the Jazz can cut it the quarter to a 10-point deficit, they got a chance here. I think, you know, a couple stops here, a couple makes on the other end, it's a whole new ball game.
Knocked away, C.J. Miles, 17 on the shot, 1:41 on the third quarter clock.
But I like what CJ's doing. Someone's got to come in and start that energy, start doing things that get the Lakers out of their comfort zone. You know, maybe draw a foul here or there. There's nothing wrong with that. I like Ronnie Price right here, getting up, pressuring him.
Well, Ronnie Price and C.J. Miles, the difference makers in that fourth quarter last night against the Clippers. Well, that's not going to help as Jordan Farmar buries another three. That's 3 threes for Farmar.
And just a tad late in the rotation. If you have a guy come and help, you got to trust your teammate that he's going to be helping you on the rotation side.
Korver on the grab and a loose ball foul. First on Kyle. And now a penalty situation the rest of the way here in the third for LA. Vujic at the line. Sasha out of Slovenia.
I think I like Sasha with his old haircut.
Yeah,
his old hairstyle.
You know, the long locks with the headband.
Yeah. He looks so young now.
Artest will check in for Odom. Artest at times a troubled career, but Matt and Ron, Phil Jackson's had a way of controlling Artest. Not a problem in Los Angeles.
It's amazing what Phil Jackson can do when you go to a big coach. I mean, look at him dealing with Dennis Rodman back in the day. You know, I mean, anyone can tame him. He can tame Artest.
In and out, another rebound. 17 for Pau Gasol. Lakers with a 38-30 advantage. 27 of those 38 rebounds pulled down by Gasol and Odom. Oh, nifty pass blocked by Kirilenko. Jazz now push it across midcourt. Ronnie Price, AK on the dribble drive, hang it up, and in. Andre with 12.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. A couple stops, a great block right there. Then you get Andre Kirilenko in the open court, getting a layup.
Brunner, those are the plays that have ridden the Jazz to 9 straight wins.
It really has. And
open court, defense starts it, and they finish.
You know, he blocked the shot, and then he ended up finishing them. You know, he just doesn't play one end of the floor.
Blocked again, Ronnie Price way up high. Guy could jump out of the gym. Jazz get it back, and the life, showing some life here late in the third.
And this is exactly what the Jazz need, to show a little bit of life. They're starting to run out of time. You have one more quarter after this, but there's still time in the game to get back into this.
Jazz shooting 41%, have yet to hit a three-point shot in this game, 0 for 9. Ronnie Price out front, he'll pop deep. 0 for 10, AK kick it out, Boozer take it.
But what a smart play, what a savvy play by Kirilenko, getting an offensive rebound, but tapping it to an open Boozer. You gotta love the savvy play.
76-57, 12 minutes to play. Inside Energy Solutions Arena, down the stretch we go, fourth quarter. Craig Bolerjack, Ron Boone, Matt Heifring, and you're watching FSN Utah. How about Bear, man? During the break, he went way up top. He's got the helmet on, he's got the sled going, takes the stairs, and I'll give him a 10 plus.
I'll tell you what, I like the mini-me Bear. I like him running around.
Mini-me, yeah.
There he is.
I'd say a Bear, a Hall of Famer, and the mascot division, one of the best.
Oh, he's a daredevil, that's for sure.
Well, Ronnie and Vujic have to be separated. Now, what happened here on the inbound? Trying to get position. There's a
come
push.
on, the acting in this game. And then the I didn't do anything. But
of course, technical foul, Ronnie Price. Vujic hits it, and now they're still barking. Game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. They haven't forgotten, it keeps them in business. The story is Pau Gasol, 18 and 17 with 3 blocks. Andre leads Utah with 12 points.
But Ronnie's got to be careful right here.
Yeah, he's hot.
That's one technical. You can't get another one to get thrown out.
There's another bump. Vujic at midcourt. Walton over the top. Gasol working against Memo.
Those technical fouls hurt the pocketbook, too. Those are $1,000 a piece.
Inside and through the hands of Walton. And so the Jazz will get the ball. Both teams 12 turnovers. Yet the Lakers have scored 15. Off the Jazz 12 giveaways. Matthews bounces it outside. Darren back out Matthews in the corner. Ronnie Price wants it, got it for two. That's how you now, oh, look at this. Boy, he is still right in the face of Vujacic.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, he's wanting to win right now. Maybe this will rub off on some of the other Jazz teammates right now.
Artest controls along the sideline, hand it back, baseline Artest to Gasol, dump it down, loose ball, Walton turn it over twice. Williams into the front court. A minute in to quarter number 4. Price gives it away to Williams. Jazz looking for the first three-point shot of the night. Andre behind the 3 line, gives it down low. Spinning, hanging, put the shot up and in. Wesley Matthews.
And this is the run the Jazz need. This is the lineup Jerry's put in. It's a tougher defensive-minded lineup right now. You got Ronnie Price out there. You got Wesley Matthews out there. You got Andre Karolinko. This is a defensive team right now.
Jazz are trimmed the lead to 16. Farmar turns the corner. Crowd actually in it, guys, for the first time tonight. Walton down on the block. Turns, fires, shot is off the rim. Gasol taps it out, and it's saved by Vujacic.
And again, it's about the 3rd time in this ball game where you mistimed your jump, and you're on your way down. And the offensive foul.
And that's the 3rd stop in a row right there.
Vujacic picks up his 3rd. Hey, Ronnie Price has put just a seed of doubt in the Lakers' mind. Every possession now looming large, down by 16. 3 turnovers committed by the Lakers here, less than 2 minutes in. Darren Williams over the top. Matthews back to Williams, picked up by Artest.
Mismatch somewhere.
It's right there with Andre Karolinko. Blocked by Gasol. Boy, a lot of contact at Farmar. The officials let that go. Farmar bumped, no foul. Back behind the 3-point line. 12 on the shot. They're going inside of the big fella. Gasol really lost it. Ronnie Price took it away. And there's a foul on Vujacic, his 4th.
And Ronnie Price is in the head of Vujacic.
Big time.
No question about it. That technical foul was well worth it.
He saw Ronnie coming over and took his eyes off the ball.
And this is the game within the game sometimes,
Yes.
which is nice to see with players taking pride in what they do on their matchups.
Williams met at the point. Fires inside. Memo, take it. Memo was 8 feet out and couldn't turn.
Andre had vacated, and Memo was throwing it to a spot, not to a teammate, throwing it to a spot where he last saw Andre.
They're going to go full on the timeout. We'll step aside. Back after this. You know, he's just got that look. How about a lightweight? But not, I don't mean that in a negative way.
In a featherweight.
Oh, man. I'd say he has really put a seed of doubt, like I said, in the minds of at least Sasha Vujacic. There's a tee. No back down.
You can't measure toughness. You know, you just can't. There's no stat for it. There's no measure of it. You just know when it's there.
There's another right on the chin conversation. And then Sasha looks one way, and there's Ronnie the other.
Poor Sasha. I feel like he's being picked on right now.
Jerry Sloan stays with Price, Williams, Matthews, Memo, and Karolinko. Many times throughout 4th quarter play, we've seen Millsap and Matthews on the court together, but Paul has 4 fouls, but yet just 12 minutes on the floor tonight.
I would imagine.
There's a steal. Take it to the rack. The young rookie. Bang! Now the question is her time.
Look at the pressure. Look at the Jazz. Total defensive team right now. A different team than it was starting the 3rd quarter. They're getting after it. They're trying to create some turnovers right now.
Walton on the wing is Artest, picked up by Karolinko. Walton wants it on the block. He moves, spins, hangs it up, and rims out. AK tips it, save. And Ronnie Price dives into the second row.
Yeah, the sole is just so long. I mean, it's awfully tough to grab some of these rebounds, but there's a great steal. I mean, he just gets right into the passing lane, takes it right out of the hands. How about Ronnie Price going into the stands now?
Uh-oh, popcorn. Oh, no drinks. I didn't see any drinks.
No spillage. Gasol goes out with 8:42 to play. Walton as well. Odom's back on the court, along with Shannon Brown.
And now with a little more athletic.
Farmar bounces inside, put it up. Memo had a pedal back and is picks up his third. Odom will go back to the line. 19 points on the night for Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom's a tough cover. I'll tell you what, a 7-footer that can put the ball on the floor, as athletic as he can be, can shoot the ball from the perimeter, can take someone off the dribble. Is a big part of this Laker team and why they're so good.
You know, that's like during the offseason, it was funny, you know, why would they even question whether or not they wanted to re-sign him? You know, he's such a big part of this team. He does so many things that other players can't do. Andre Kirilenko type player for the Giants.
Pac-10 basketball continues. Washington State, Cal, Saturday afternoon. College hoops, you'll see it on FSN Utah. College basketball warming up. I'm amazed Odom has been so hot, guys, from the line today. Now he's a 68% shooter. He's at 9 of 10.
If the Jazz are going to make a run, they need to do it in the next 4 minutes here for them to get the shot to win this game.
Bounce pass inside, Price. Caught in the lane, nowhere to go. Josh Powell has it for LA. And Farmar breaks it across midcourt to Odom. Dribble, drive, hang it up. Bodies on the deck.
And that's a great call. Great help defense by Paul Millsap, stepping up outside the restricted area to draw that foul.
He's on the court now with 4 fouls.
And this is probably the best defensive team the Jazz can put on the floor with Paul Millsap there.
I agree with you.
Williams off to Matthews. Rolling up on 8 minutes to play. Price bounces it out front. Millsap guarded by Powell. 10 on the shot. Matthews against Artest. NBA Defensive Player of the Year back in 04. What a move. Oh, he caught it on the edge and drops it in.
What a move. This is impressive. He's come in and really provided a nice spark. A steal, a drive to the layup now. He's playing really well. Deserves to be on the court right now.
I got to mention that's Ron Artest, NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I know it's been a few years back.
2004, wasn't it?
Brown off target. Price rebound. Jazz on the run to Williams. Inside Millsap. And a foul on the drive baseline.
This is nice. It's a 14-point game right now. There's still plenty of time to get back into this game. The Jazz are playing very well in the defensive end. It seems like they're starting to get their style back into this game.
Josh Powell, the foul, is first. Side out, Utah. Matthews with 18 on the shot. 7:26 to play. Williams leaves it off for Price. There's AK. Wide open, 19-footer. Bang! Andre, 14. And the Jazz coming back down 12.
And it all started with Ronnie Price pressuring the point guard, getting people to get the emotion and the adrenaline back into this game.
Price trying to steal it away from Powell, and a whistle for the foul on the reach-in. Well, Kirilenko, guys, 7 of 13 from the floor and just knocked down his 14-point.
You like how Andre stuck with the shot right there. There's no fading away. He was just stuck with it. His nice follow through.
Yeah,
very confident.
I'm sure Jeff Hornacek's been working with him on that, because I have talked to Jeff about that. And Andre, when he starts shooting in a hurry, he flicks the wrist, doesn't follow through, and get the proper elevation.
Big shot, Farmar.
That's a huge shot.
Yeah, big.
You know, the Jazz have momentum to run, and he comes in and he puts a dagger.
4 3-pointers by Jordan Farmar. Inside, Millsap goes, hangs it up and in. That's the first bucket for Paul here in the second half. Happy birthday to Paul Millsap, by the way. 25 years young. Oh, to be 25 again, Gunner.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
Hey, come on. We're 25 at heart, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I think Paul would take a 10th straight win before the All-Star break for a birthday present, but you can't stop Farmar, and Odom is just as hot. That's 23 for Lamar Odom.
And his season high is only 20.
Crossover. Williams trying to find a seam out front. Ronnie Price wants 3. And the Jazz cannot buy a three-point shot. 0 for 10 from downtown. Lakers have hit 5 of 13. 4 of those 5 by Farmar. Under 6 minutes to go. Brown turns the corner. Millsap was there, so was Karolinko. It's out of bounds. Lakers will have possession, 9 on the shot, and a timeout. Timeout, down the stretch we go. 84-69 Lakers. Millsap muscles it up and in. The Jazz with a long way to go on FSN. Back in Salt Lake City, the Lakers 84 and the Utah Jazz, their 9-game winning streak in doubt. They scored 69. Now let's check out the brilliant Diamond play of the game, brought to you by Morgan Jewelers. Location from Logan to Washington City. And Diamond play of the game. It's tough to come by tonight, but the steal and the breakaway slam by the rookie Wesley Matthews wins over the Morgan Jeweler brilliant Diamond play of the game. Matthews tonight with 8 points, a couple of steals. He's hit 4 of 5 from the floor.
Not very much to pick from.
No, very little.
0 for 10 from the three-point line and very poorly from the free throw line there as well.
Let's go upstairs, bring in Big T Thurl Bailey. T, you've been in positions like this before during your NBA career. You play so well for so long, and then all of a sudden, is it the Jazz at fault, or is it all about the Lakers and the pressure they applied?
Well, let's be real. The Lakers are still a very good team. They've got Phil Jackson. They've got Lamar Odom, Paul Gasol. We know that Kobe is obviously that Lakers team, but I think they showed last year that they had the elements around him, obviously, to still beat teams and win games. The Jazz, the other elements coming off a back-to-back, maybe a little heavy legs, but you know, the Lakers' game plan was to minimize the Jazz interior passing, and I think they did that early, which put the Jazz in the hole. And then after that happens against a team like this, it takes a lot of energy to really climb out of that.
What's your thoughts on Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom? Those two combined on the floor, that's now 45 points of the 88 points scored by LA.
Well, they're great players in their own right, but the thing that really separates them is their ability with their length to take advantage of that. And on the offensive end, it's being a great ball handler with that size, to be able to shoot the jump shot on the outside or take advantage of post moves, and be around the basket when the balls come off on the offensive rebound, to already be there with that length, you know, several inches before anybody else can get there, block shots. So that's where they have an advantage. Plus, you know, you talk about having a Phil Jackson as coach, he makes the best out of whoever is out on the floor.
The Big T, you've seen a lot of these teams play so far this year. You think the Lakers are the best team in the league this year?
Well, obviously, when they're healthy, I think they are. I think they're not by far the best. I think there's some other teams. You know, the Celtics are going through a slump right now because of their health issues. But you got to go with the Lakers. Whenever Kobe, even if Kobe isn't 100%, if he's 75, 80, the guys around him, I mean, that team they're the team to beat.
Well, you can see if they win this ball game, that's 3 in a row without Kobe. So
right.
they're deep enough to win,
Yeah.
and keep themselves in contention to win another NBA championship.
Well, that's in Big T. That's the most incredible thing. Most times you lose a player that goes 28 a night. You lose such an important cog, but really, you know what? The Lakers lose very little. That's how deep this team is.
Well, I can tell you what, if this was 3 or 4 years ago, I don't think the Lakers are in this position. But I think Kobe has gotten to the point in his career where he's learned that he doesn't have to score 30, 40 points a night. The less he scores, usually the better his team does around him. So they've learned how to play without him with all those ingredients, and that's what makes a championship team.
T, thanks for the insight. We'll talk to you during the post-game show. Ron Artest ties up Ronnie Price with 2:50 to play, and the Lakers are coasting out of town. They're up 92-74 with 92-74. Lakers in control. And Pau Gasol, guys, if we're voting, I'm voting Pau as Western Conference Player of the Week. Look at the numbers Monday night with 21, 19, and 5 blocks. And tonight, 22, 19 rebounds and 4 block shots. Pau Gasol.
Just 3 rebounds off his career high of 22, which he had this year. But you see what he does well. Passes over the top, blocks shots. I mean, he just had one great basketball game and a great finisher. I mean, he's had his way. I mean, the Jazz have not had anyone that could defend him. He shoots right over the top, uses both hands very well around the basket, and just having a great night. Only 4 rebounds. 15 of those have been defensive rebounds. 4 offensive rebounds, rather.
So Odom and Pau Gasol, 45 of the 92 points scored. Ronnie Price at the line. You shoot 2.
I mean, I just wonder what the Lakers' reaction was when that trade went down, when the Memphis Grizzlies said, you know what, we'll give you Pau Gasol. What do you think Mitch Kupchak did? And I mean,
how fast can you get him here?
Yeah, I mean, did they throw a party? I mean, they just had to know what a steal that was.
Well, he probably tried to give the impression he didn't really want to make the deal, but I'll go ahead and make this deal anyway.
Well, it made Kobe happy because at that time, Kobe was talking about leaving the Lakers. He was over in Paris and told Dr. Buss, I'm done.
It's unbelievable with this Laker team when Kobe Bryant, the best player in the NBA, arguably, can be out and they can still perform at this level.
There's the whistle on a loose ball.
But if you're a Jazz fan on the other side of this, you kind of got to throw this game out the window. This isn't indicative of how they've been playing of late, and it's not a matchup of saying, okay, we can't beat the Lakers or anything. I mean, it's a bad night. It's an off night. It's off a back-to-back. You can't. I don't think you can make any assumptions off
And
this.
I think the writing on the wall was when we saw they continued to miss free throws, and that told me right there that they were not going to have it tonight.
No legs. 13 of 25 from the line tonight. Cinco on the court with Sunday out of games. Korver, Matthews, and C.J. Miles. Gaines, high floater, blocked by Gasol. Korver takes a shot and missed it all. Korver has struggled. You can tell he's pressing. Matt, and Booner, no one works harder than Kyle Korver, but he knows he wants minutes, and he's trying to take advantage of every second on the court. He's 0 for 3.
He's in a tough position.
Yes, he is.
No question.
Contract year, he's been injured.
Mentally, it's draining. When you go into the game, you have to perform. And, as a player, I mean, that's one of the hardest things to do if you know you're in limited minutes, to try to go out there and do something on the court.
Farmar couldn't turn the corner. Good D by Matthews. Odom stop and go. Cradles the ball, puts up the shot off the rim. Lacinco the rebound, and the Jazz into the front court. Matthews, dribble drive, ball stripped. Who touched it last will be Jazz basketball with 19 on the shot. Well, the Jazz are going to lose their first home game since New Orleans knocked them off back on January 4th. That was a 91-87 Hornets win here in Salt Lake City. 10 straight home wins. Jump shot right down the barrel. And Matthews in double figures.
And I like how Wes Matthews is still playing hard right now. He's still trying to get better. And this is when you do get better, when you haven't had a lot of minutes in the game, to work on your game, to come out here and try to, continue to play hard, even though the other team might not be. You still want him to improve.
Fisher holds up against Sunday out of games. Both those guys built identical in my book. Jumper just beat the clock. Fish.
It's like looking at a clone almost.
It's amazing. Do you see it, though?
I do. I
Same body. Amazing. They got the same hairdo like Booner.
Easy to take care of.
It sure is. Under a minute to go. Matthews hammers down to 3. Wesley Matthews.
So we get another Mountain America here, don't we? And that's $50 to the Huntsman Cancer Research Foundation. From the financial experts at Mountain America Credit Union, for your home, for your business and for your life.
Well, Darren Williams flirting with a triple-double tonight. As much struggle as the Jazz had, 11 points, 10 assists, and a career night with 9 rebounds. How about that? 1 board away from a triple.
You know what? I wish they kept records of how many times that has happened to people in the league, how they're 1 shy away, either a point, a rebound, an assist from getting those triple doubles. I mean, that seems to happen all the time.
Well, that's the look of disappointment with AK, Williams, and Booz. The streak is going to come to a screeching halt tonight as Odom fires up the free throw. Tonight's sub of the game brought to you by Subway. And again, Wesley Matthews, the rookie from Marquette, undrafted, scores 13 off the bench. His defense with 3 steals. You can choose from lots of great regular footlong subs for only $5. Subway.
And I look at this game, and if you take anything away from this, it's the Utah Jazz have to know if they want to be an elite team in this league and to get on the championship level, it comes on the defensive end. You look at the Lakers and how they play defense, you learn a lot from this. And you come into practice and you work on the defense because you have to be that kind of defensive team if you want to win ball games and win playoff games in this league.
Gaines kicks it out. CJ deep. No. Bangs it out. And Shannon Brown the rebound. No shot will be needed. The Lakers will jump to 41 and 13. The Jazz fall to 32 and 19. The 9-game streak comes to an end. The All-Star break has arrived. And we'll start a 4-game road trip next Tuesday night against the Houston Rockets. Make sure you stay tuned. The Siegfried and Jensen post-game report coming up next. Derek Fisher exchanging high fives. A 15-point win for the Lakers. They go to 16 and 9 on the road. Karolinko led the Jazz with 17. Matthews 13 off the bench. Boozer did not score in the second half of play tonight.
Wow. And I think Jerry's message after the game is going to be, guys, enjoy your break. Let's flush this one down the toilet and let's come back strong for the second half of the season.
96-83 the final, a 13-point win for the Lakers. Let's take you upstairs and find out what's coming up on Jazz Live. The post-game report presented by Siegfried and Jensen. Guys.
Thank you, Bowler. The Utah Jazz will win